response to the complaints of Catholics and many other Christians, a 2024 Olympic spokesperson issued a masterfully unapologetic apology, and people in and outside of the Olympics creative team have disputed that the recent scandalous display was inspired by the Last Supper. I will first address the explanation of the display and then the apology itself, and some additional details which make the situation all the more hypocritical. Some people have conveyed the sentiment that it is unreasonable to be upset at the Olympics display because it was not inspired by the Last Supper but rather by pagan imagery. While that very well may be the case, I think it is important to be realistic in assessing the fact that regardless of the intention of the display, it was designed in such a way that anyone watching could easily draw connections to the Last Supper, and therefore, it was highly imprudent to greenlight the display, especially in an event with the level of planning and reach as the Olympics. It is still very appropriate to criticize people for massive oversights, even if there were no foul intentions. People do it all the time. Moreover, there are a few reasons to doubt this narrative in the first place. Firstly, a national reporter for the Washington Times released this post on X, detailing an email chain with the Olympics communication team on July 27th that confirms that the inspiration was from Leonardo da Vinci's painting. Moreover, the woman at the center of the display made this post that celebrates the display as showing the New Testament before promptly deleting the post and replacing it. Now, it is very possible that these pieces of evidence are faked, but it is not unreasonable to suspect that the narrative was switched to avoid backlash, especially considering the apology that was issued, which I will cover in just a moment. But judge for yourselves whether they really did change the meaning of the display. Regardless, I find it to still be a massive oversight that merits criticism. Now on to the apology. At a news conference, a Paris 2024 spokesperson was asked about the controversy, and this was the response she gave. Clearly, there was never an intention to show disrespect to any religious group. On the contrary, I think with Thomas Jolly, we really did try to celebrate community tolerance. Looking at the results of the polls that we shared, we believe that this ambition was achieved. If people have taken any offense, we are, of course, really sorry. Moreover, Thomas Jolly himself had this to say when he was questioned on the controversy. We wanted to include everyone, as simple as that. In France, we have freedom of creation, artistic freedom. We are lucky in France to live in a free country. I don't have any specific message that I wanted to deliver. In France, we are a republic. We have the right to love whom we want. We have the right to not be worshippers. We have a lot of rights in France. And this is what I wanted to convey. Collectively, this so-called apology and comment displays a complete lack of remorse and care for people that have been scandalized by this event. Moreover, when paired with their genuine discrimination against Christian Olympians, which I will show in a minute, their message of inclusivity and awareness demonstrates an unprecedented level of hypocrisy. So to make things worse, there was a Brazilian surfer that was forced to remove an image of Christ from his board with the threat of being excluded from the competition, because Christ is a religious figure, and the games have strict rules and focus on total neutrality. This is incredibly hypocritical because the Olympics opening ceremony shows anything but neutrality, as they recruited many drag queens to perform and celebrate diversity in different people. Ultimately, I believe that the claims that some people, including other Christians, are making that there is no reason to be upset at the display are completely unmerited. And as Bishop Barron said in his post on X, I believe that we should continue to stand up to acts performed against Christians to marginalize and silence this.